Hey people in YouTube land, Zach called back here with another Bible review. Today we are going to be reviewing the single column compact Bible from Holman, of course in the King James Version. It comes in a really basic slipcase, nothing to write home about here, but here's some of the features if you want to pause and read this. The big thing is it's single column and it's 7.5 point font, and it is in a very hand-sized Bible. So it is a compact, but I would say it's bigger than their normal compact, and that may be due to the single column. But for example, here is the TBS Classic Reference Bible, essentially the Personal Concord from Cambridge, and we will be comparing these two later. But it's almost about the same size, except the single column is about twice as thick, which makes sense because there's less words per page. So getting into this is a basic instruction. I don't know if they have a premium edition of this. I really got this for the fact that I do love single column verse by verse and wanted something I could tote around and take to church, since we have 3 kids, and a lot of times you can't just bring a big nice Bible with you. You've got to have your hands free. So I wanted to bring something smaller. And so this is in a navy leather touch, I believe is what it's called. The blue is showing up a little bit more intense on the screen. In person, it's a lot more closer to a navy. You get some tooled hubs, KJV, Holy Bible, King James Version, Holman. You get a nice gold ribbon with it, gilded page edges. You get pretty much the construction paper in sheets here. There is no bookbinders tape, although they do glue the first 2 pages together there. So you get a presentation page as well. Have your title page, second title page, copyright information, your table of contents, and then the Old Testament title page. Now again, this is a 7.5 point font, so almost 8, but because it is bold and dark, I think it's a lot easier to read than a 7.5 point font. And I'll show you here compared to the TBS Personal Concord essentially. So the Personal Concord is an 8 point font. And you can kind of see how those compare. Essentially, there's no difference. I would say even that the compact single column reads a little bit more clear because the spacing is a little bit better. But here's 2 small Bibles for you guys where you can carry them with you that are compact. They're hand sized. I mean, you can see my hand is literally about as tall as the page. So they're going to be about at 7 inches tall, 7.5 inches by about 5 inches wide. So they're really not big Bibles, easy to carry around. But here's a double column versus a single column. So it just depends on what layout you prefer there. Now the TBS you can get in a very nice genuine leather as well. It's a calf split, but it is very nice. This, again, I don't know that they've made it in a genuine leather quite yet. So really it's just going to be this leather touch that you can get it in. But it's very nice. You have running page headers in this, so they do not do paragraph headings. You have the page number at the center of the top page, and then your book and chapter numbers as they run along. And this, for being a single column, it is still verse by verse. So it is not paragraphed, which actually I really like. I like the verse by verse. I like paragraph, but the verse by verse to me is better for preaching and following along. You do get red letter. Holman's red has gotten better, but there's still a tinge to me of orange in their red letter, which isn't bad. But it differentiates the words clear enough. So now the paper in this is thinner. It is Chinese paper, but I have taken some notes in this in Ephesians, and I'll try to show you guys what that looks like. So I've highlighted here, taken some notes in it, flip this over, so you can see that there is some ghosting. It's not horrible. I don't think it destroys the readability, but you really can't see the highlight either. I mean, it's right here, but you can't even really see that on the camera. So the paper is actually halfway decent, and you do get a little bit of a wide margin. You definitely could put scripture references in here. Like I said, at the end of the book here, I actually wrote a couple sentences, put some references in the side column. Now, I wanted to compare this as well. This comes in 3 different sizes. So it comes in this compact size, and then it comes in their personal size. So that's going to be slightly bigger with a slightly bigger font. It's actually about I think that one's about a 9 or 10 point font. and it's about another inch taller and just probably a ½ inch wider. So it's a lot more readable. It's a little bit bigger. It probably would lay flat a little bit easier as well. As you can see, this Bible, just due to its shape, is not going to want to lay flat too much. But I mean, there's Exodus, Genesis, and what's to close. Now the big boy is a single column wide margin from Holman. So this is the same Bible, just reduced in size. So you can literally see the difference there. And so the hand size, or the personal size of this edition, would be about out to here, and then probably up to right here. So it's a little bit bigger, and like I said, probably would lay flat a little bit easier. But the pagination, or pagination, however you want to say it, is the same. So if I go to, see here, we're in Job 33 and 34. Let me flip there. Okay. So now the other thing is too, with the wide margin, the bigger wide margin, you're going to get red highlights throughout the book. With this smaller one and the personal size, you're not going to get the red highlights, but it is the exact same layout. So you can see Job 33, 34, same page number, 747, and same little page runner. This begins on verse 18, and this one begins on verse 18 as well. So you can see it's the same Bible. So what this allows you is, it allows you 3 different editions of it, of compact and hand sized, and then the larger wide margin edition. Now again, these all have pretty good margins, but this one is specifically made for taking notes in this one. So like I say, if you write small, you definitely could fit it in there, but here I took some notes in this edition, and like I said, you can get stuff in the column, things like that. So this one's kind of more of an upscale feel to it. I think Holman also has this in their handcrafted edition, which is a goat skin with red page dyed edges. So if you want to check that out as well, there are more premium options. I honestly thought, though, if I wanted, I would just get this one, use it, wear it out, because the paper is still really amazing in this edition, and then just rebind it later. But again, I just want to show you, these are the exact same layouts. And then, of course, we saw it is a red letter edition. It does not have self-pronunciation marks. And you can see it does lay flat most places. So you can see that's Romans, Corinthians, Galatians, 2 Timothy, James. So we're getting towards the end of this Bible, and it's still, you know, it's not laying flat, but it is open. And then in the back here, you're going to get a 3-column concordance. That is actually pretty thick. So it's a pretty in-depth concordance. And it goes for about 100 and some odd pages. So it's about that thick. And then you're going to get your basic Holman maps here in the back. So nothing too fancy with the maps. They are well colored, not too bright, not too dull. And then you're going to get pretty much your construction paper liner in the back as well there. And this Bible is, it's not that expensive. It's about $24.99. You could probably find it cheaper online from Christian Book or Amazon, somewhere like that. It probably has a better deal. You probably could get it for about $19 instead of $24. But I think this is well worth $24. If you're looking for a single column compact, those are very rare in the King James. And so I think they've done a great job with the layout. I think the font is easy to read. It's a big enough font. It reads more like an 8-point instead of a 7.5. So that's also a bonus. And it lays flat. Once you get this thing broken in, I mean, it does lay pretty well. I mean, I could preach out of most of this if I wanted to. So, if you're a missionary, evangelist, or you're on campus, maybe you're at a college and you get to do ministry there, this would be a very good Bible just to tote around with you day to day and just have it on you, Or if you were teaching a Bible study, this won't take up a ton of space on the table, and you could have your notes with you and everything else. So I think it's definitely a highly functional Bible you want to carry around with you, maybe bring to church just to follow along with, bring to Bible study. So that is my review, guys, of the Holman KJV single column compact Bible in the navy blue leather touch. So if you have any comments, questions, or any other comparisons that you want me to make, please let me know in the comments. I hope you guys have a great day. Take care, and God bless.